This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So I want to have a little chat about Vasyliy Lomachenko versus Anthony Crolla. So of course that's happening this weekend on Friday at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. So the same arena as Wilder versus Fury. Now this is not really an event that's really catching fire. And I understand the reasons why. I mean, one thing to point out is that the undercard is absolute garbage. That's my honest opinion. I'm very disappointed that Eddie Hearn didn't try and take it to the purse bid and then do everything he can to win the purse bid. I mean, he said he's got billions or millions, nearly $1 billion for DAZN. Surely he could have won this one and brought it to the UK so the British boxing fans get to see Lomachenko and give Anthony Crolla a bit more of a fighting chance, as in he's got the crowd in his corner. But ultimately, who knows? Anyway, but the fact is that Lomachenko, of course, he tried to unify, okay, against Richard Commey, but that fight didn't happen. Commey got injured, so Lomachenko has no choice. He had no voluntary available. He had to defend his title against his mandatory, which is Anthony Crolla. Again, people saying, but this isn't a very good match and be a very one-sided victory. Who knows? Listen, you might be right, okay, but Anthony Crolla is as brave as an old warhorse. He's as tough as old boots, okay? But yes, he's got 6 losses on his record. 2 of those are against Jorge Linares. Lomachenko has beaten Jorge Linares, okay? But that doesn't mean that Anthony Crolla has 0 chance in this one. It doesn't mean that he didn't deserve this title shot. He did deserve it, okay? He worked his way into the mandatory position. This is why this fight's happening. So nobody can point a stick and say, this is a stupid fight, this fight shouldn't be happening. You can't blame either fighter for this one. As I said, if Anthony Crolla had turned this fight down and bottled it, I'd be giving him hell. Because why work your way into a mandatory position to only not take the fight? It's stupid. But Lomachenko is, what, pound for pound number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, whatever it may be. But he is an exceptional, exceptional talent. He's phenomenal, and I can't think of any fighter ever who fights like Lomachenko. He's literally Neo from the damn Matrix. He really is. Now, he does have 12 wins, and he does have 1 loss, which happened to be in his 2nd professional fight for a world title. So he stepped up way too early in the program, but he did get weight bullied in that one, okay? We don't need to go into that one too much. Most people know about the whole situation, but his resume is absolutely outstanding. I mean, in only his 3rd fight, he took on 24-0, so undefeated Gary Russell Jr. He's got Roman Martinez on his resume. Nicholas Walters, who was undefeated at the time. Jason Sosa. You might say Mariaga, but okay. Rigondeaux. Most people were calling for that fight with Rigondeaux. But because Lomachenko destroyed him, well, Lomachenko was a weight bully. Rigondeaux was too small, even though you're calling for this fight. But yet you give Errol Spence Jr. all the credit in the world for defeating Mikey Garcia. Go figure, right? And he's defeated Jorge Linares as well. And of course, you could say with Pedraza as well. Pedraza was a decent opponent, especially as he come off of, was it shoulder surgery, wasn't it? So Lomachenko is an outstanding talent. Only 31 years old as well. But with Anthony Crolla is one of these kind of guys that he will fight anyone. He's from Manchester, fellow Northern, as I said, and he's been around the block a fair bit. Former world champion, let's not forget that one too. He is former world champion. And when he turns up, he really turns up. He's a hard night for anyone, okay? He does get dropped from time to time, he does, but he's only ever been stopped once. Now, will Lomachenko stop Anthony Crolla? You wouldn't put it past him, would you? Now, I'm a massive Lomachenko fan. Is he number 1? I'm not too sure if he's number 1. For me, it's between him and Terence Crawford. That's my honest opinion. Maybe Usyk. But I think that Lomachenko, as fantastic as he is, for this one fight only, I want Crolla to win. I ain't going to lie. Why? Because of patriotism. But is Crolla going to win? I hope so, but unlikely. Anthony Crolla knows this. Everyone in boxing knows this. But Crolla's not just going to turn up to not give it his all. Unfortunately for us Brits, we don't travel well in the boxing world. We just don't. There's only a very select few who manage to get some wins on the road against the top opposition. But ordinarily, we don't do very well. It's just an unfortunate thing, and especially when you're going to be going into the ring with a Lomachenko. But at least Crolla can say to his kids, his grandkids or whatever, I shared the ring with Lomachenko. Lomachenko, in my opinion, will become a Hall of Famer. He's that kind of fighter. I mean, after this, who knows, maybe a Luke Campbell, if he can get his hands on the WBC, maybe Mikey Garcia. I mean, for me, Mikey Garcia, as much as I like Mikey Garcia, I like him a lot. I think he avoided Lomachenko and wanted to, if he was ever going to lose with the excuse of, I got weight bullied by Errol Spence Jr. So, for me, I think Mikey Garcia avoided Lomachenko. But, yeah, this is going to be, for what most people presume, I should say, is that it's going to be a one-sided beatdown. And it may well be. It may well be. So for me, if Crolla can just survive till the end of round number 12, he's done well. But I don't want him to go in there and quit. If the pressure gets put on, don't quit. Go out on your shield if necessary. But obviously don't take too much punishment. Obviously, you know your own body. But I like Anthony Crolla. He trains at the Gallagher gym, which is a fantastic gym. He's got so much talent in there with Callum Johnson. You've got Jose Burton. The list goes on. Fantastic gym. So he's well schooled, and he's going to know what it is that he's getting in there with. Lomachenko could well be overlooking Crolla. Rightfully so, maybe. Rightfully so, may not be. As I said, bigger upsets in boxing has happened with an Anthony Crolla defeating a Lomachenko. But if that does happen, listen, Lomachenko don't get credit for anything. Lomachenko can defeat Mikey Garcia. He could become undisputed at lightweight. He could then move up and win more world titles. He could move up to welterweight, defeat Terence Crawford. He could defeat Errol Spence Jr. and become undisputed at 147 too. And he still won't get credit from certain sections of the boxing world. People just don't want to like Lomachenko for some reason. Me, I think he's an absolutely fantastic talent. As I said, I don't know if I have him as number 1, number 2, number 3. I am torn between him, Terence Crawford, and Alexander Usyk. But Crolla has got it all to work for. I mean, this $1 million Crolla, I hope he's getting paid a lot of money for this, and I hope something happens where he wins this one. I don't particularly want to be seeing Lomachenko lose. I mean, in fact, I'll probably never want to see him lose. But if he's going to be fighting a Brit, of course, for this one time, Anthony Crolla to beat Lomachenko. Is it going to happen? No. Probably what's going to happen, and I don't like saying it, is that Lomachenko is probably going to get hold of Anthony Crolla, put his pants down and smack his bare backside. I think that's what's going to happen in this fight. Probably not literally, but you get what it is I'm saying. But anyway, good luck to Anthony Crolla. As I said, this will be on this Friday. It'll be on ESPN over there in America. It's on Sky Sports here in the UK. I'm not too sure. I think it is. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.